Hey guys, today I'd like to talk to you about one of my biggest problems with Stanislavski, and that is the problem of emotional recall. Now, as an actor and a training actor, I've used emotional recall on many different occasions, and one of the things that I've noticed is that it can actually lead to serious psychological effects cropping up within your life. Now, I've used emotional recall in the past in order to bring out emotions on stage. This can, of course, if you're very emotional about certain things, lead to you messing up on stage, fluffing lines, getting too involved with something. But even when you have that kind of control, it's not necessarily a good sort of path to go down. And I've noticed a lot of people who do theatre and education using emotional recall of things which are bad. I knew one girl, for example, who would bring up the death of one of her friends every single day, and she was doing this day in, day out, day in, day out. She ended up having breakdowns, mental health issues, all sorts of problems because of this, and those have continued for the past 14-15 years now, and this is a really serious issue. So for example, if you're making it your job and you're bringing it up every single day and you're having to relive those emotions, it's a really bad thing. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about one of the things I used to do. Now, I want to show you me when I was younger. So this is little me, right? I was so young, so naive. I didn't really know what I was doing in the world, you know, and I was happy. I'm not happy anymore, but you know, I've got massive amounts of depression. But this is me being a little child, and this is me as an adult with the very same let's have fun. And I've existed for all this time with these things, and these are things which bring up happiness with me, because it's like, you know, I look back and I think, oh wow, I was such a cute little kid, and you know, physically that affects me in a good way, and it's good to have these things around me. So I keep these things around me. So in this case, emotional recall is really good, but there is a dark side to emotional recall. So I'm going to take you on a little path. Now I'm going to start off with this. This is a little thing which used to belong to my dad's mum. Okay, doesn't really mean much in and of itself, but it's a connection to my father, and this is very important to me because my father is dead. Now we're going to go through a couple of things. This is not going to be very pretty probably, but this is my dad's comb. It's not been used for many years. There's even a little bit of cobweb here, you know. That's my dad's comb. And immediately my mood is starting to deteriorate, and I don't particularly like this, but I have to show it because you have to understand where I'm going with this. This is my father. This is my dad, James, and yeah, he was a social worker. He did a lot of good things in the world. He was a great human being. My dad was always trying to help people. He was a wonderful person. And yeah, we're going to go on to the next thing. I think this is probably the best one. Now, the week my dad died, I always asked him about this cat. This is his blue cat, Isis. And the week that my dad died, I jokingly asked to have his cat, and I always asked about the cat. I was always like, "Dad, can I have the cat?" And he was like, "You can have it when I'm dead." And the week that he died, he said that I could just take it, and I didn't know that there was anything wrong. And so, well, I've got the cat now, but I'd rather have my dad back, you know. And this is the last card which I got from him. And every single time I brought this shit up on stage and I played this stuff in my head, it's always been really raw with me. Now this is my dad. This is what remains of my father. And yeah, so whenever I've used this kind of stuff and I've brought these emotions up, I've not been allowing myself to properly grieve for my dad, and it's left me with huge emotional scars over the years. And I see a lot of the problems with actors, budding actors nowadays. It's so easy to just like bring up these feelings, you know, and to be like, oh yeah, I can really get to people. And you know, you can bring an audience in, and you can bring them up, and you can bring everything through. But it's hard. It's hard to control that. It's hard to control your train of thought, and it will affect you in the long run. It doesn't allow you to grieve properly if you're bringing up emotions in this way. And it's like, even after all of these years, it's been over 10 years since my dad died, it's still really, really important to me. These things are really important to me. But the problem is using them in this manner. It's not really respecting my father's memory. It's not allowing me to properly grieve, and it's associating. One of the reasons I haven't done drama in so long on a stage performance is because I can't do this kind of stuff and get people, you know, feeling the way I used to. And I've done some decent stage performances in my time, not some great ones, but you know, I'm like a middle of the range, low range actor. But the thing is, it's like, to use these emotions in this way and have them affecting you, it creates problems. It helps amplify depression. It doesn't allow you to grieve properly. And this is my biggest problem with emotional recall. I think of it as like Stanislavski's dark magic, because it's literally hurting yourself. It's like opening up a gigantic wound on stage and revealing it to the audience. I mean, yeah, they can see a fantastic performance and you're giving them something really, really good. But sometimes giving the audience that is not healthy. There are better ways to bring these emotions out. I mean, a lot of the primal stuff which Antonin Artaud and that sort of warm-up can bring out of you, it's not going to hurt you in the same way, because you're getting everything out. It's very primal and it's really, really emotional, and you can just bring everything to the surface because you're literally feeding off of like this ancestral power. It's like very, very shamanistic and powerful. And the thing is, you go away, and that is drama. That's your job, and everything good. And we're just going to go to the last thing, because I did want to show you something else. Now, this is one of my favourites. This is my dad's shirt, right? Whenever anything is important to me, it's an important event in my life, I take this with me, and I wear it because it's like having my dad there with me. And I know that's very, very childish, but it's like there are some positives that you can take from certain things, but I think in terms of performance, emotional recall, when it comes to stuff that's really deep and really powerful within you, I think you should use it very, very carefully. Personal opinion. I mean, I know that there are some actors who are fantastic and they bring up some amazing things and they create amazing performances, but the thing is, it's acting at the end of the day, and you got to distance yourself from acting, because if you don't distance yourself from acting, it can be very, very damaging to you as a person. Anyway, take what I'm saying with a pinch of salt. I'm not the best actor in the world. I certainly don't like the emotional recall. I've used it on many occasions. I've used emotional recall for joy, for happiness, for all of these positive sort of different emotions. I've used it for many things, but I've also used the dark side, and it's had a huge toll on me over the years when I've been bringing stuff up. Like, for example, I did it in a film a little while back when I was working with a guy called Philip Beasley. He's a fantastic filmmaker. I'm going to show you a little bit of that if you've sat through this up to this point. But I was bringing all of this emotional stuff up, and I had to go away for about half an hour and just think about it, bring it up. I didn't have any of the things which I needed to sort of be. It's like going on stage with my dad's comb, in my pocket. It's like a blooming warlock in a computer game, but feeling off of it, just feeling the comb, feeling everything, just having that thing in your head, bringing that up, it's bad, and it will affect you over a long period of time. So anyway, yeah, it's like I had to bring all this stuff to the surface in this dark film that we made. It was not good, it was not pretty, I didn't enjoy it, and it was a horrible experience going through it and reliving it all. But anyway, thank you for joining me for this. Sorry, it's been a bit of a depressing video. Anyway, you have a fantastic day, and if you are an actor, just be careful. Be very careful if you're using this technique when it comes to things like grief. It is black magic, and it's dangerous, and it will affect you in the long run, regardless of whether or not you might walk out of performances and think, oh, I got this rush. Oh, that's another thing, right? You may come out of a performance and think, yeah, I've got this rush, I've really affected people, it's good. And then you're associating good with the bad, and over time that will not only deteriorate your ability to actually call upon this, and it will completely and totally destroy your memories. It will leave you with this big empty space inside of you where you've never been able to actually deal with the grief and problems which come from these things. Anyway, I've said my piece. Thank you very much for joining me, and I might do some more videos on acting at some point and different things, because I would like to discuss Brecht and the dangers of Brecht and all of the other problems I've got with Brecht. Brecht I owe a great deal of gratitude to, but that's for another time, I think. But I don't like Brecht. So anyway, in terms of Stanislavski's great. There's a lot of good stuff that you can take from Stanislavski, but emotional recall, just be careful how you use it. That's pretty much it. Anyway, have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching through, and please leave a comment and say hi.